Majak Radio.
This is Majak Radio.
Majak Radio brings you history in the making.
2 powerful diplomatic visits.
2 global partners.
1 extraordinary institution.
Join Majak Radio 92.2 FM as we launch our special editions featuring His Excellency LIU JIN, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, and His Excellency Farhid Oba, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey.
From youth empowerment to scholarships, from media innovation to global partnerships, these landmark interviews highlight Majak's rising influence and the future of journalism in the Gambia.
Majak Radio, shaping voices, shaping stories, shaping the future. Stay tuned, stay inspired, only on Majak Radio 92.2 FM. Good afternoon, Majak Nation. You are locked into a very special high-impact edition of Majak Radio, brought to you live from the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication. Today marks a landmark moment for Majak. We are honored and excited to welcome a distinguished guest, His Excellency LIU JIN, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Gambia. Ambassador Lee, who presented his credential to President Adama Barrow on 10 November 2022, has since led key bilateral initiatives in economic and technical cooperation, youth diplomacy and people-to-people engagement, including the 2025 cooperation agreement and the recent China-Gambia Bantaba with young Gambians. He has also supported China-Gambia health missions, infrastructure projects like the National Power Transmission Upgrade and South-to-South development initiatives, including the provision of medical supplies. His work reflects China's commitment to mutual trust, respect and shared development. His Excellency is joining us after meeting the Majak management and touring our classrooms, studios and labs to better understand how we are shaping the next generation of digital era media professionals. This goes beyond courtesy. It highlights the growing partnership between China and the People's Republic of the Gambia, and education and modern media training. The People's Republic of China is far ahead in media technology, and while Majak is working hard to catch up, we hope this engagement helps to bridge our existing capacity gaps. We are also delighted to have 2 Majak students who recently returned from a transformative study, a trip to the People's Republic of China under the Belt and Road Initiative. In the next hour, listeners, we will explore their experiences, the skills they gain, and how such exchanges strengthen the bond between both countries. We will also discuss how the People's Republic of China can support Majak in infrastructure, training facilities, and long-term capacity building. Presenting on behalf of Group 2 of Advanced Diploma 10, I am Ibrahim Mbaye. Let's begin our conversation with His Excellency. His Excellency, welcome to Majak. We will start with some quick insights into the discussion. Your Excellency, you had an impressive level of knowledge about Majak even before our team visited your embassy. How do you, come to know about the work we do here?
In my mind, your academy is the cradle of Gambia journalism. This is a very important academic institution. Your team have visited our embassy. I also share with our Gambian friends that the Chinese embassy is open to Gambian friends from all walks of life. So I welcome your team in my embassy. Now I think it's the right time for me to return to your campus, especially after your 3 or 5 students and faculties have visited China, joining some exchange program. So I'm very happy to be back. On the one hand, I can visit your campus, have on-spot seeing of what this academy really looks like. But my impression is that this campus is small, and but it's full of energy. Yeah, it's full of energy. Just now I have a very brief discussion with your team. I feel the friendship, I feel the hospitality. It seems that we are old friends. So that just now you said you invite the distinguished guest. I'm the guest to your campus, but also I'm a friend to you.
Absolutely, you are a friend.
Yeah.
And amazing, His Excellency. So having just met our team and toured our bustling facilities, from the newsroom to the studios, what is your overall impression of the academy?
Just now I mentioned that this is not a big campus. I'm deeply in touch by you have such a simple facilities like those. I just visited the computers lab, but I noticed that the table is not a high quality table. It's just a wooden made table. Yeah, with such a circumstances, with such a physical infrastructure facilities, you got the training, you got inside training. You learn here, you exchange your ideas here, you will be the next generation of journalists in such a hard, to some extent, it's hardship infrastructures. I'm deeply impressed by that. I think a good journalist is not, whether you can be a good journalist, it did not depends on what kind of facilities you have got the training. It depends on what is your thinking, what is your mission, and what is your value. So I think it's a sharp contrast for me. Yeah, in Chinese media room, the facilities and equipment, speaking frankly, is much more advanced than here. But even in such a circumstance, yeah, you study hard, you work hard, you are committed to the journalism. I'm sure that you will be more resilient and you will be more dedicated to the campaign's future. That's my first impression. Yeah.
Yes, so we have noticed and we've known that you've interacted with many Gambian youth through the China-Gambia Bantaba. So I mean, for the case of the Gambia, what stands out for you most about Gambian youth? But specifically to some of the students that you've met here, we realize that you've not met many students here, but since you came to the school, you had the chance to at least see some of the students, including myself as the union president. So I mean, what do you have to say about the students that you've interacted so far at Majak?
Yeah, this is a young nation. Some people say this is a small nation, but I think if it's a young nation, it's a big nation. It's a nation with big potential, with bright future, because it's a young generation represents the bright future of your country and your societies. I talk with a lot of Gambian friends from various kinds of channel and occasions. I like to talk and to make friends with Gambian peoples because I can learn a lot from them. You know, I'm at the age of retirement. I'm over 60s. Now, whenever I return to the campus, just now I share with you that I visited UTG, USAT, and Institution of Tourism and Hospitality. Now it's time for me to come here. Now, whenever I talk with the young people, I can feel your enthusiasm and your energy. I think that you have a very strong desire to, to develop your nation. Yeah. You want to develop, you want to contribute to your nation, you want your nation to become a prosperous and peaceful and developed nation. You have this dream. You have this dream. I can feel that. I can feel that. Yeah. Some people say that maybe young people, it's easy to complain something or whatever. It's natural. Yeah, everybody have complaints, but it depends on, most important is that whether you have the dream, yeah, to contribute to your nation. During the course of your development, you can realize your own dream. I think your personal dream and the nation's dream can interpret each other. Yeah, can match each other. Yeah, this is my impression.
Your Excellency, just past 2 weeks, I mean, two of my colleagues and myself, had the opportunity to visit China, that is the People's Republic of China. Your Excellency, of course, our returning students have produced detailed reports of the places that we've visited, so far in China. Have you had a chance to review those reports? And if so, what is your impression of our journalistic quality as of now?
The feedback, I got a lot of feedback from Gambian friends, not only through your students, but also through all the other participants to China. This year we have invited more than 1,000 Gambian friends from all walks of life to go to China. I think that is not just a capacity building program, it's a friendly exchange program. So what is the feedback? The feedback is we strengthen our friendship through the two-way exchange of exchange. So next year is the year China-African year of people-to-people exchange. So we'd like to invite more Gambian friends, especially the young Gambian friends, to go to China, to explore China. I always heard that Gambian friends said that we learn from China. Yeah, I think this is a fact. But I like to say that they learn about China. And also for the Chinese counterpart, they also learn from and learn about the Gambia and the African continent and African peoples. The people at my age, the Chinese people at my age, we have a vivid memory of China, Gambia, and China, African friendship. In my childhood, I know in China, in Beijing Zoo, there's an elephant from Africa. It's called medulla. We just know medulla, but we don't know what's the meaning of medulla. But I know that it's called medulla. Elephant medulla is from Africa. I remember it's from Eastern Africa nations. I remember. Yeah.
Interesting. So, Your Excellency, I mean, next year would be people-to-people exchange, and we hope that your esteemed office would consider our Majak students also, I mean, take part in this people-to-people exchange to ensure that, like I said earlier on, some of us visited China and we had the opportunity to broaden our knowledge and the international exposure. So we hope and pray that your esteemed office would once again consider our students, I mean, to also, I mean, benefit from this people-to-people exchange. Dear listeners, I mean, you are reminded that you are tuned into Majak Radio, live from Bakau, Newtown South. And I am your host, Ibrahim Mbai, and with me in the studio is His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China. Now, let me turn to our colleagues, the Majak stars who just returned from the People's Republic of China. Colleagues, let's talk about the culture shock. I would first start with Maud Lamin, who, I mean, I was with on this journey to China. Maud Lamin, what was the biggest surprise, the single thing that stood out to you most, I mean, when we landed in Guangzhou?
Guangzhou, yes. First, utilizing the technology, that is the infrastructure. What I've seen is something that I've never seen, because the first approach, I was thinking we were going to have an encounter directly with the people first, but instead, you know, technology is what we face first, where we scanned our passport, and that shows that we are officially, you know, in China. That tells me how China has worked hard as far as technology is concerned. Then to the hospitality, the way we were received by the immigration, you know, the people that I've seen around, everyone is working hard to see that, you know, China moves in front. So the people also, despite the fact that there is language barrier, everyone you talk to, you know, listen keenly and takes time to understand what you want to say to make sure that you are comfortable. That tells you how disciplined, how trained those people are and professional the Chinese are. That was really amazing for me. It's like, you know, unlike other places when you go, when you want to talk to somebody who has a language barrier, you find it difficult to communicate, but still the people want to listen to me. And then we did not reach the visits yet, because we visited a place wherein if you listen keenly to people or escorts there, you'll understand history, culture of everything about China. So that shows that there is nothing they've missed, you know, as far as the history and culture of China is concerned. So that tells you how record keeping also is significant as far as China is concerned. So those are two amazing things that I will never forget. And that teaches me a lot that we must keep record, and very good records as far as our culture and history is concerned.
In fact, at some point, Maud Lamin, you could recall that I told you that these people, but the Chinese people do not sleep. Everybody is busy. Every time you see them, they are busy on something else. Quite, I mean, disciplined in whatever they do. So that was, I mean, amazing. But I mean, we have our lady in our midst here who joined us in this trip, and it was memorable. So, Fatmata,
yes,
our colleagues listening right now would want to know. Definitely, I mean, what happened in China. And through that, Fatmata, we need to know which Chinese food did you absolutely love and which dish truly challenged your Gambian own.
Thank you so much, Ibrahima. I will say the Peking duck, that is the Beijing koya. I love that. It's so juicy.
I love it.
Like
too.
most of the times when we had meal, I have to eat it every time, and it became like something like that reminds me of China, because it's roasted and it's so juicy. I don't know how to describe that unless like you have tasted that, but I just love that Beijing koya. That's what they call the Beijing duck. It's lovely. I love their food and others food too, that maybe I will not know their name, but I have tasted so many varieties of food when we are in China. And that's why you people normally tell me that like you are adhering to the advice I gave you, like you are eating almost everything in China, because the foods are lovely and it have a connection with Gambian dishes, like because there is rice and there is beef stew, and there are so many varieties of food that you can relate to our Gambian dishes.
Interesting. So, like, in fact, to some point, Molami could be a witness. I have to say, like, you are disturbing our coordinator. Every time we have to have lunch, you will be asking the coordinator, where is that food that we ate yesterday? So that, I mean, tells a lot about, you know, the food that we were, I mean, served at China. Which everything was great for us. But now to Molami also.
I ate tofu.
Tofu.
Yeah. Tofu is made of like soya beans, like something very delicious. Anytime I eat that, it reminds me of akara.
In the Gambian
yes, and then it's very nice, really nice. The first day I ate it was when we visited Wuzu. You remember,
yes.
with the mayor. We had a dinner, and then it was brought on the table, and I started eating that. I said, "What is the name of this food?" And they said, "It's tofu." What it is made of? What is the composition of the ingredients that are used to make that food? And they told me everything. I was like, oh, this reminds me of something back home. So it was really amazing and nice food to eat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Mola, during this trip, was there anything or a lesson during the trip that fundamentally, changed your perspective on global media, technology or journalism, knowing that China is an advanced country in technology, and when it comes to media, they are top notch, and everything they do is top notch. So what, that's something fundamental that has changed your perspective on global media.
The fact that China was able to manage, and control the media, let's say, no censorship, but then in 2022, a statistics report shows that they have over, let's say, 783 million internet users, 74% of that, according to the statistics. And yet still, they were able to coordinate. People are using the internet. Everyone is aware. Information goes normally. It's something amazing. That is very, very significant. And they are utilizing on technology to make sure that the businesses, communication flows in and outside China. So the other thing is my perspective, like AI. When it comes to AI, you remember we had a session on
Absolutely.
AI, and that session, you remember when we had a break, we came outside and we had a tete-a-tete about our perspective on AI currently in the Gambia, comparing it to where the level of China as far as AI is concerned. In fact, at some point I'll tell you, if I need a drink, it's not a human being that will bring a drink to my room. It's all about technology, and it has to be, they have worked hard to see that they reach that level. So my perspective, as far as the media is concerned, is China have worked hard. They have enlightened people. The film industry also, remember we had a session on that too. The film industry has went to that level, international level. We've seen a presentation wherein they have even actors that come all the way from the Europe, the Americas, to come to China for them, or for their movies to be filmed and recorded back in China. So we are very elated to be part of that.
Absolutely. So, Mula, in fact, to some point, you could realize that, we were told when we visited the Nanjing Museum, we were told that, development in China does not start now. They would tell you, history would tell you that some of these development that they achieve right now, they were pursuing it since 1956. So that, tells you a lot about how Chinese are hardworking, and of course, how they strive to ensure that whatever they aim to achieve, it is achieved. So we've been exposed to exhibitions, we visited museums where we learned how gradually they were able to get there. So that reminds me of something, that nothing comes easy and development does not come overnight.
The transformation also in Yukon, the tourism attraction center,
absolutely.
that in Anji, we were told it was some of the places that were transformed, like the ecological governance center at Taihu. We were told some of these places, were fishing areas. Some of these places have water pollution. But now, if you go there, you can even drink the water. You see state-of-the-art facilities there. So that shows you that how they have been working hard to transform and change the lives of people who were there. If sometimes if I'm there, like I'll ask myself, they call this place Jejan or Jinkua provinces, but to me it's a capital city. Yeah,
absolutely.
Just like it's a capital city. So it was really amazing.
Yeah. So now to Fatmata, we were lucky to be part of a forum, a cultural Africa-China, forum that was at night, right? We had fun and we've seen different, cultures of Chinese. So what was that unforgettable, cultural experience that you've received in China that, makes you laugh whenever, your mind recalls? I have something though, but I want to hear from you first.
That was will be the display of the Monkey King. Like they were acting the characters of the Monkey King, and then there is this beautiful lady dressed in this red costume acting as the Monkey King, and that even inspired me to go and watch the Monkey King, the movie, the full movie of the Monkey King. I want to watch it because that display was really amazing. I see how the Monkey King was dealing with the enemies, and having that stick. I feel like the stick was even magical. I was not thinking like it is normal for somebody to be able to roll those sticks like that, and that was really fun for me. I learned that the characters there, how they were displaying, it's just amazing. And then the other one will be spring in I think in Junghua, where we have those beautiful ladies dressed in that beautiful costume as if they are inside the river, and they were singing melodious song, and that was just fun for me. Ibrahim, yeah. Absolutely. So for me, what stood out for me was how I see young boys, they are dressed in their Chinese, attire. They will jump like gymnastic. They will jump from here to that point, all jumping at the same time. One at that night. So I was like, Chinese are very strong. I have to tell Emil that these people are very strong. Look at these young boys jumping from here up to there, and in fact without stopping. It was continuous.
How about the joint drumming session? Like you have a Chinese and African,
yeah,
and you have all different drums around, and then they were drumming together, and that gives me a melody of real China-Africa relation. That gave me a picture of, truly there is something in between the two, like China and Africa. There is a bond that we share. So I respect that event. It was really amazing. It took me back home that night. I came back home.
It was a fun night, but I think also it was a reflection too of the relationship between Africa and China too. Absolutely. Because they have invited Africans whereby they share a platform with the Africans, share the same culture with Africans, whereby an African will be drumming and then the Chinese, they are drumming the same time as if they have learned each other's culture. So I think that that was really great. Yeah, absolutely. That night, it was a night of reflection. So we will now pivot back to His Excellency, and then of course we'll discuss. The core of this visit, investing in future of Majak. And His Excellency, we would appreciate if you could just little bit adjust on your voice so that the cameras that are taken, it could be audible. His Excellency, before we get serious about the discussion, Your Excellency, you've been here for some time. Which Gambian dish has completely captured your heart and become your absolute favorite?
Sorry,
Which Gambian food right now?
Yeah. Just now, I'm thinking of the Beijing duck. Just now you mentioned he preferred tofu in China, but the favorite food, Gambian food I like is a fried tofu. It's called akara.
Akara.
Yeah, akara. I think it's a morning snack.
Yes.
Snack.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
That is our tofu in the Gambia.
Yeah. It's similar to Chinese food. So that's this is my favorite one. Yeah. I still remember the day I tasted in the Yundum military campus.
Okay.
And that's the day we present the military equipments to the Gambian side, the Gambian army. Yeah. And at that occasion, I was. The guest present that kind of food with coffee. I remember that. I still have the vivid memory. It's very delicious. It makes me feel homesick.
His Excellency, if you aren't a diplomat, which other career path do you think, do you imagine yourself in? Is it journalism? You want to be a journalist or a lawyer? Which one would you imagine you being in?
Now I'm a diplomat. Just as I shared with you just now. When I applied for my university, I have two applications. One is journalism, one is a diplomat. Yeah, but I got the offer from the foreign relations university, foreign affairs university. But I still have the dream to be a journalist.
So among these two, a diplomat and a journalist, at that time, what would you have been? What would have been the best, or that you think would have been for you?
There are similarities between these two professionals. Yeah, both diplomats and journalists have the same characters. That is to talk with the people, connect with people, and inspire the people, and set up a close relations between different peoples, different societies, different nations, and to realize the harmony of the society and the good relations between different countries. So I think these two, that's why I apply for two. One is diplomat, the other is journalist.
Interesting. So I wish you could have been a journalist, but in the end, we've not regretted having you here as our ambassador, in the Gambia. And His Excellency, China places a strong value on education and technology. Could you share your vision of how the People's Republic of China hopes to directly support Majang with modern facilities, equipment, and improved infrastructure?
After I visited your campus, I have the intention to do something for your campus. Yeah. I think I will put that in my next year's plan, and will give suggestions and to have further discussion with you. Yeah, we will try to do something to give you a hand. I hope that this will be a capable campus to train more journalists in the Gambia. I hope I can do something.
We hope so. You could do.
I will.
We hope. Yes. So, His Excellency, could you help Majak establish a lab where students could, learn Chinese language and artificial intelligence? Some of us, would want to, learn the Chinese language, because even today, if there is a chance for us to return back to China for studies, opportunity provided for us, we would take it with utmost seriousness. So, with your, with your office, have that plan to help Majak have a lab where we would learn the Chinese language and to prepare us even better to, for some of us to have the chance to travel. If we travel, we would not have the problem of speaking basic Chinese. So do you have that in plan to help Majak have that lab?
I'm very happy to hear that the students and the faculties here have a strong desire to learn Chinese. Yeah, I'm so that I cannot speak your local language, but I hope that you are young. You have the talents to learn a foreign language. I found the Gambian young people have the talents in language learning and in sports and in arts. Yeah, I'm very happy to hear this. And I think now there's two ways to learn Chinese language. One is Confucius Institute.
Yes.
There's Confucius Institute in the UTG, and you can apply to study there. And of course, go to China is another way to learn Chinese language. Yeah, every year we will give this Chinese government scholarship to the Gambian young people. Nowadays, they are about over 50 Gambian students are now still studying in China. After we resumed diplomatic relations in the past nearly past 9 years, there are more than 300 Gambian students have the experience to study in China with the Chinese government scholarships. I think this is another way to go to China to study Chinese. Maybe go to China again and to join some short-time training program. That's also another way.
Interesting. So, His Excellency, and then having known that we have some Gambians who, have the chance to go to China for studies, either bachelor's or master's, as students at the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, who, we pursue our education up to advanced diploma. We also look forward and then plead with your office to at least consider us in next chance for students who study abroad in China, either bachelor's or master's. Not even only only the students, but even our staff to also pursue their degrees in China. We would be pleased to if the Chinese embassy in the Gambia could also facilitate that through your esteemed office. His Excellency, thank you so much, Your Excellency. I will let you take a brief break while I turn to our returning colleagues for one last powerful segment. So Morlamin and Farmada are back once again. So we'll start with Morlamin. Morlamin, which new skill, technique or piece of technology did you learn that you think can immediately benefit Majak or your fellow students who are currently listening to you?
You remember during our session on AI, I asked the course or the lecturer that, how do I fact check the information that AI is giving me the answers? How do I, know that that's something? Because most of the time, it's hard for, sometimes they reference the answers that they give you. That is when I'm starting doing a research. So he asked me to ask them more detailed questions. How do I go about that? I was told. So some of the things that I learned as far as AI, researching using AI tools is what, honestly, I'll be proudly, sharing with colleagues here. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then I think immediately you've already started doing that. Yeah. And I look forward that if you leave this studio, you'll continue doing that and sharing your knowledge that we've learned from China to some of our colleagues. So to Fatmata, our lady, who traveled and the journey was just memorable. Fatmata, what piece of equipment or facility did you see in a Chinese media institution that you truly wish we had here at the academy?
Ibrahim, I will not say I see it, but because the university that we went to is an educational university.
Absolutely.
That is the Trojan Normal University. But the lectures we had on film and production, I want Majak to have a big modern production studio because that's what we know in Majak, practical. Absolutely practical. So I want us to have that in Majak here, so that production, we will not have any hindrance on when it comes to production, because Majak, with the little resources that we have, we are doing amazingly in production. So I'm imagining if at all, like we have that kind of a studio in Majak here, whereby we have all the equipment that we needed for production. My friend, when we produce, the world will hear about Majak, not only the Gambia. Right now we are in the Gambia and then we are going international. But then when we have a modern studio in Majak here, when we do production, I think the world will come to learn in Majak here. That's what I want in Majak.
Absolutely. Big aim, and that will post Majak to that level. His Excellency, just to let you know that Majak, when you talk about journalism in the Gambia, we are at the center stage. If you will not go to any media house in this country, where you will not see a single Majak student being there. And for our school, what we believe at Majak is absolute practical. The media fraternity, what you do outside there is practical. We do hands-on practical here, but that does not mean that we are not doing theory. We do theory, but the school, the focus is hands-on practical. That is why wherever our students, are, they do not suffer when it comes to real journalistic work. So this is what sets us apart. When it comes to the way our trainers train us here and how we serve. And Fatmata's aim of us having a state of art, a production studio, would not only help in ensuring that our students are further exposed, but also further equip our students to do well than they are doing right now in the country. And we hope some time to go, this would be possible through the support of the Chinese embassy in the Gambia. Now to Mod Lamin. Mod Lamin, how has this trip specifically shaped your career ambitions and the type of journalist you now want to become? Would you like to would you like to do your bachelor's degree in China?
You remember, asking Lee that how do I apply to be enrolled or in one of the universities, not exactly per se the normal university, but any university to pursue a degree. He said we are always open to having students from Africa. In fact, he sent me some links and we were given a handout that that displays a course brochure. Like yes, we'll definitely want to go back to China and pursue further pursue my education there.
Just like I said, if an opportunity comes right now for me to return to China, I will never hesitate. Even if I go with one shirt and one trouser to go to China.
We have to tell the MD to excuse us and then maybe post certain courses and we rush back.
And come back. Yeah. Now to Fatmata, for the last one, Fatmata. If you had just 3 words or no more, no less, to describe your experience of China, what would they be?
In 3 words?
Yes.
I would say innovative, ancient, and influencer.
Wow.
That's how I describe China.
Powerful.
Yeah. That's how I would describe China. So
interesting. His Excellency. And now, for our final high-value questions for everyone. Your Excellency, that cultural similarities, what cultural similarities between China and the Gambia consistently make you smile?
I think it's the respect the family value, respect the older, and take care of the children, and be honest and friendly to your neighbor and friends, no matter whether this is your neighbor or is the outside travelers. I'm deeply impressed by the hospitality and the warmth, the friendship from the Gambian friends. So in China we use WeChat.
Yes.
The name of my WeChat is Smiling Coast.
Smiling Coast.
Smiling Coast. Wow.
That's
That's beautiful.
Western Africa. I think this is not a Smiling Coast in Western Africa, but it's Smiling Coast in the world.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And that is amazing. And I can attest to the fact that friendliness and hospitality that we received in China is top notch. This is the first thing that I always tell my colleagues. I was invited in GRTS, and what the first thing that they told me, what impressed you while you were in China, I told them the hospitality and the friendly people that we meet there. Very beautiful people. We meet them, they will first approach you. In fact, some of us, we will be going on our route, and we have to stop to have chit chat with them, despite the fact that we cannot speak the language, they cannot speak. But through technology, that will tell you how China is advanced. They will use their phones, translate, and we are able to connect and know each other. So, China and Gambia, I think I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I'd like to add another point is that I think this is a similarity of our two countries and the two peoples is that we want to preserve our heritage and our culture. And I think it's very important also from the experience of China's development. We try to keep the balance of the preservation of your cultural heritage and the economic development and your modernization. I think when in the course of Gambia's development, you will do much better.
And indeed, and ML, Molamin and Formula, the chopping sticks, you've not talked about that. We tried using it several times, but it could not work for some of us. And Molamin was consistently using it. So that would tell you that, we have modern things, like let's say the knife and the fork, but still, Chinese, when they're eating, they use the chopping stick. That tells you a lot about how they value their cultural heritage. Even young girls and boys see them eating, they use it.
Yeah, you could remember even the farewell dinner, I was using that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so to me it was a regular routine for me every morning. Like I want to eat with the chopsticks. Yeah, so that when I come back, maybe I have to look for one. I'll go to the ambassador and ask him for a set of chopsticks. So yes, that tells you it's very basic. You're talking about the young kids, the smaller. It's part of them. That's how they what they used to eat. So I also want to learn as far as we have a relationship in terms of culture. And so we share a lot together. You remember we visited one of the places like at the university where I've seen lamps, kerosene lamps, and then machines pedal machines for sewing.
Yeah.
I told the escort that back in the days when I used to go to St. Peter's, this kind of lamp is what I used to. And I said, you people still have these things there? I said, yes. I said, we share a lot in common, So it's important. So the chopsticks, I want to use them every day, even back in the Gambia.
Yeah, I'd like to invite you to our embassy and all of you to go to China to have a dinner, to have a chance to use chopsticks.
Yes,
thank you.
We'll be pleased to be there, and I think some of us have to go for a practical.
Before we go there, right? Like Ibrahim, the reason why when you said I described China in 3 words, and my second word I said ancient, because when we visit the museum, I see how the Chinese, they respect their culture and preserve their culture too. Because there were so many things that we come across that reflect back how China was, their transformation and where they are. Despite being a developed nation, but they still preserve their culture and their cultural people. Because the discipline in them tells you that these people are well cultured, they are well mannered, and they value what they know about their culture too.
That is it.
That is the Jingling Arts Museum.
Yes, Jingling Arts Museum, absolutely. That is right. So, His Excellency, after meeting with our senior management team, touring our facilities and sharing the studio with Majak students, which single area training do you think can strengthen media education in Majak? Which single area would you pinpoint to ensure that we focus on that for our training area?
I think the best way is to next year we can invite your faculty and students to go to China to join some exchange program. And just now I heard one of your team members mention a very good suggestion is that to invite some Chinese media experts to come here to share their knowledge and the skills. I think this is another option, but I don't know whether it will be realized quite soon. But I think this is anyway, this is an option. I have to do something, try to push this.
Yes, and of course, and this is one of the recommendations that we put forward, because after the seminar, delegates from each country were given the chance to write recommendations, report to our coordinators, Kylie, Jessica, and others. So we did that, and one of our recommendations is that to have scheme programs, not only Gambians going to China, which we would appreciate, but also at times having some of your technocrats, your experts, coming to our, to the Gambia, and then having time with our students to also share their knowledge, for them also to experience the cultural value that we have here and the environment that we have in the Gambia. And from you now, we would appreciate that to happen, and fingers crossed, we are hopeful that that will happen someday. And then to our returning students, what are your final words to His Excellency regarding these opportunities that we have discussed here?
The first batch from Majak is 3. If that could be improved each year for us to take part in short-term or long-term training, that will really help. If not me, Fatumata or Ibrahim Mbai, more students. We have close to 200 or more students currently in Majak, so that will help. Let that relationship be there, enhancing capacity building.
And Fatmata?
Yes, mine will be similar with Ibrahim, of course, because I also want to see more students, especially ladies. Let me advocate for my ladies too. I want to see more ladies going to China. Yes. That's what I want to see. Yeah? I want to see more ladies. This first three, yes, they will clap for me. This one we have 2 gentlemen and me only, and they will call me lady. But then I want it to be ladies, like ladies and a gentleman. Maybe next time when there's an opportunity. But not only for short-term training too. We want to see like Majak students, like most of the time the graduates from the advanced diploma to go and pursue a career. Because for me personally, I want to go to Beijing Film Academy, where I want to study filming. If I have the opportunity right now, that's what I want to do. And I also want to see more Majak students going to other institutions or other universities in China to go and study production. And that's my area.
Of course, that's what I love. Don't forget the staff of Majak.
Yes.
Also, you see we are here today doing well. It's because of the staff. So having them also equipping themselves further would also strengthen the quality that we serve here. Our motto is quality journalism and effective communication.
Thank you.
Now, to Modlamin and Farmada, this will be your last point, but I already know you already have dreams of pursuing your degrees in China, and I look forward to that, and I look forward to the Chinese embassy in the Gambia, and then for giving that opportunity not only to Majak students but to Gambian youth at large. So we are grateful for the opportunity that you've given to us, being the first batch of students to travel all the way to China, to spend 2 weeks there, learning, connecting, networking with other African nationals and other individuals. We are grateful and we look forward to more support. And of course, thanks to the Gambia Press Union. And now, Your Excellency, it has been an absolute pleasure and an honor to have you on our this special edition of Majak Radio. We sincerely thank you for visiting our campus, engaging so genuinely with our students, and sharing your insights on the crucial China-Gambia cooperation, especially in education and media development. To our inspiring returning students, Modlamin and Fatmata, thank you for sharing your experiences, your reflections, so the invaluable potential of cultural exchange for our growth as future media leaders. Your Excellency, before we take a leave of the studio, we would like to hear from you, your final words before we close this program.
I'd like to take this chance to express my thanks to you. Because just several days ago, I got the letter of appreciation from your campus. Express your thanks to our embassy, to the Chinese people, to sharing these kind of opportunities. But I'd like to say that this is a friendly exchange. We are very happy to share this chance with you. You are the future leader in the journalism. So I hope that you have a bright future. Thank you very much.
We are grateful. Dear listeners, as we wrap up, we look forward with great anticipation to the promising opportunities discussed today, particularly the commitment to training, infrastructure, and continued collaboration with the People's Republic of China, His Excellency and team. We look forward to receiving you here another time when you make massive transformative support to Majak, and we are hopeful. I am your host, Ibrahim Mbai. Special thanks to my teammates, Maria Maketa, Maimuna MB Jada Kumbaso, and Kadi So for their collaboration in the production. We would like to equally thank Mr. Sang Mendy, our able managing director, who also served as a trainer for this particular module, for his the continued guidance and support throughout. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Majak Radio brings you history in the making.
2 powerful diplomatic visits.
2 global partners.
1 extraordinary institution.
Join Majak Radio 92.2 FM as we launch our special editions featuring His Excellency LIU JIN, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, and His Excellency Farhid Ruka Oba, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey.
From youth empowerment to scholarships, from media innovation to global partnerships. These landmark interviews highlight Majak's rising influence and the future of journalism in the Gambia.
Majak Radio, shaping voices, shaping stories, shaping the future. Stay tuned, stay inspired, only on Majak Radio 92.2 FM.